It's your boy DLC. You already know, if it ain't a vibe, we ain't going live. Even though this ain't live. I got two special guests here today.
Yes, your boy Rha Rha, aka Rha to the same thing.
It's your girl Super One, still living tall buildings in a single round.
Hey, I appreciate y'all being here right quick. So I got a question for the both of y'all.
Okay.
Yeah. What is a pivotal moment that happened in y'all lives that made you who you are today?
A pivotal moment, right? So I've had a few of those, but I think one that was critical in building the person that I am today, and even the reason why I call myself Super One. So Super One was married for 13 years, right? Mm-hmm. I was married to an alcoholic. And he wasn't always an alcoholic, but upon being in a relationship like that, it develops you and builds you into a certain person. You develop a certain type of skin and just being able to do things that I didn't think I was going to be able to do because I have children. Now, him being an alcoholic does not say he was not a great person.
Right.
He was a great person and a great father, but he was a person that was struggling with a addiction. You understand what I'm saying? So the pivotal moment was the moment when I knew that was going to be his demise. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it built the person that you see today. And I absolutely am super. And I absolutely am able to lead tall buildings in a single bound. So that's just something that, I don't know.
That was deep. I ain't gonna lie. That was
it's real.
Yeah, that's
it's
real. That's real.
So,
that's real. We appreciate that answer.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, that was one.
Man, I should have went first. I ain't following that like that. So, all right, the pivotal moment in my life that made me who I am today and what I'm doing today, I'll say, before I decided to jump on camera and do anything, I think I was going through some things in my life, and it had something to do with me not being able to see my kids. So at the time, my kid's mother, she was telling me, I got 3 kids, 3 beautiful kids. I got 2 girls and a boy. My boy is the youngest. And at the time, my baby mother, she was telling me I can't see my kids, and she had her reasons why she think that I can't see my kids. And, you know, I pay child support, everything. I don't complain about anything because I've been going through this for a lot. And I just sat back and just was just thinking about things, and then I just came out of my shell like, man, let me just be all I could be. Let me just be myself. You know what I mean? I didn't want to dwell on like my ego and just curl in the ball and cry about, oh, I can't see my kids, I can't see my kids. So it's kind of like a quote that I had in my show, like, things that you can't control, you can't do nothing about. You know what I mean? You can't really worry about that. You need to just control what you can control. So what I do in my life now is control what I can. So I feel like who I am now is the person that I'm controlling my life. You know what I mean? So I do believe my kids are going to be back in my life, and then I'll be able to teach them the things that I know to build, you know, better people in this world. You know what I mean? So other than that, that's how I feel. I feel not being able to see them, it kind of, I told my baby mother this too, face to face. I told her that by her doing what she was doing, it was kind of shaping me into being a better person to, you know, to take over. So I'm about to take over, man. I ain't gonna say I'm about to take over. Anybody in my vicinity, in my circle, we all going up. You know what I mean? Because I like to think of it as we all are pieces to a puzzle. And you know, when the puzzle all come together, it's gonna build a bigger picture, and we want to see the bigger picture. So everybody's a piece of the puzzle, and the only thing you gotta do is come together. When you resist coming together, then nothing never happens. So the picture won't get built like that. But other than that, yeah, that's what made me, you know, be who I am.
Hey, those was 2 beautiful answers.
Right on.
Man, outstanding. That's real. And just a quick fun question: the spiciest opinion that y'all have that most people don't agree with?
A spicy opinion that we have that most people don't agree with. Question though.
So to me, I don't know, but I'm going to speak on you. One thing that I think that you sometimes me and you disagree on
What's
is
that?
Trump.
Trump?
Because you be like, yeah, Trump.
I like Trump.
Get him, Glow. You be like, yeah, Trump. And I be
like, yeah, Glow, like the song.
And I mean, you know, so I don't know. I think some of your Trump stuff, a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to get with. They don't really know that side of you for real, because you don't talk too much politics.
Are you gonna tell people that I voted for Trump? You just told people I voted for?
That's what I say. I think I'm gonna say yours. But as far as me, I think something that people would probably disagree with me on, and I'm gonna say a lot of my women, is I absolutely believe that us as women have dropped the ball in the household with our man and with our children. A lot of women disagree with me on that, but that's because they hold their ego in their hand. Me, I hold no ego. So what I'm trying to tell us as women, and I'm strictly speaking to my women, dig back to when you had a real grandmother that cooked dinner and she prepared supper for granddaddy first and then everyone else. I'm just saying sometimes we have to reach back to our old school morals to rebuild family and structure in households, because we are lost out here, people. We are losing and the kids are losing. A lot of what's missing is we don't have family structure. And that foundation that we had out of grandma and granddaddy, and we had rules. Now the kids ain't got no rules. They do whatever they want to do.
They out there.
We couldn't stay on the game all night. There probably wasn't even no game system like that, you know, where you could even do that. But what I'm saying is we had structure, and it built us to the people that we are now. So one thing I know a lot of women will probably disagree with me on this, just because they hold their ego so high, is you have to dig back to what real womanhood is, and being demure and being ladylike in the household, and being the woman and letting the man be the man. You can't be both, baby girl.
Right. Yeah.
That's
big. Let me say something about that though, because I feel like the system and how they got everything, and from music to the things coming out the radio, the things coming out of TV, a lot of things it programs people to be a certain way.
It do.
Yeah, I think it do, and I think ain't put a ring on it, ain't put a ring on it. Whatever his song was around that time, it was making girls think like, nigga, you better marry me or nothing, and dudes was being pressured to get married.
But you can require marriage from a man, but he can also require a woman out of you.
Okay, that's the one right there.
True that. And so it wasn't a lot of men making songs like "Be a woman, motherfucker." Well, I ain't saying they gonna say it like that, but it wasn't no songs. It just wasn't no songs that saying with the you don't like to put a ring on it. So Beyonce was out here like programming these women to be a certain way, and then it was like a whole lot of things. I feel like they call it propaganda. I feel like
now we didn't know, but we're gonna have to have a whole show about this, because now we are diving into it's not a man's job to tell a woman to be a woman. That's something that us as women are supposed to inherit from the household and the mother and grandmother. It's not a man's job, your man's job, to tell you how to be a woman.
Right. True that.
You're supposed to come to that man already equipped with that. You understand what I'm saying?
So that's like what's it like dinosaurs? That's like it ain't the minute y'all.
That's what they'll
think like that
with me on.
It ain't it ain't so it's like I say, some ancient stuff. Like certain people think a certain way. So the world started to be made to program people to think a different way than that. So that was the way of the spirit, the people just knowing what they should do. But then now, when people telling you what to do, when you growing up and they giving you this and that and telling you what you do, well, I can say you might be resistant in a way, but I'm gonna play the devil advocate just because. It's like certain kids, they not resisting, they just getting fed this. It's kids growing up getting fed the bullshit.
Right.
So they believe in the bullshit.
They don't know no better.
Yeah, you correct. They don't know no better. So as they being fed the bullshit and believe in the bullshit, it's like they just think it's true. So it becomes true to them.
Still is that we, as the parents, are the one dropping the ball with kids.
So
we dropping the ball.
You know what? Come to think about it, thinking about a lot of stuff, I'm gonna think yes. We are, but it's the reason why. Because they put drugs in the community to make motherfuckers forget about the ball. So the ball just over there and the motherfucking mama and daddy smoking.
We have to do a show about this marriage.
It goes all the way deep. Yeah. When it comes to all of this shit, it goes all the way deep.
This went crazy.
It comes from it comes from the top. It comes from the top and then it goes down into your brain, your mind, the programs and all of that. So and you know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say nobody dropping the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because the ball can get heavy on some people. You know what I'm saying? And if it get too heavy, they just put it down. You know what I mean?
And they do something that they probably never thought they would do before. You know,
exactly.
And it just caused an effect.
Yeah. So it's so by saying all of that, you know what it make me think of?
What's up?
Only the strong survives. Because if you're strong, you can hold the ball.
But that don't mean physically strong. You got to
that's what I'm
saying. Spiritually strong.
That's what we're talking about. Spiritually strong, eternally strong. So only the strong survive. So it's a mental thing. So you dropping the ball by not being mentally strong. You know what I mean? You gotta have faith. You gotta believe. You gotta know that you right and you know what's going on. But when you believe like I can't, and you think like that, the ball falls.
I think we done went beyond his question.
No, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Hey, we letting it go. Hey, it's like a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Hey, my mama, I'm thinking about it all.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, that's how it rolls. That's how
Type
what they say. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, for
My
real.
mama, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Because it be a lot of people going through like stuff that. So I think like this not a big deal, and I be like, man, you crying and pissy about that, like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's
to them it's a big deal, but you probably been through over way more than that.
Man,
to you as it's small.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like,
But
it's just like
it's a perception thing. So what they going through, like you said, you probably been through something way bigger than that. That ain't no big deal. But to them, they like, oh my God, this is. But at the same time, though, I be thinking of, man, then this shit can go long because I be thinking of this. It's people that's born into the suburb lifestyle, so they born into having everything. So when they have a small problem, it's a big problem to them. So when we born into some crumbs, bullshit, rat roaches type of shit, when we have a big problem, it's to them it'll be the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Real.
To somebody born in the suburbs, it'd be the end of the world. But to us, it's just normal problems because we just been going through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like wherever you're born at, your perception of life and how everything going. You know what I mean? So how you see life. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you said, that's crazy. I be thinking about that. Like somebody that's just imagine if you was just born with everything and then goddamn it, one day you couldn't get your Oreos. You couldn't get your Oreos and milk one day, and you like, God damn, what
It probably would be detrimental.
Yeah, you be like, damn, I can't believe that'd be like a whole thing. You can get your Oreos and milk, but you get them all the time. But nah, you know, it's different strokes, different folks. You know what I'm saying? But nah, yeah, I get to go on. You
I know that's why I say you gotta have a show for that.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, I'm
but
talking shit.
this was the first edition of me just trying something. You know what I'm saying? So
What's up, dog?
go ahead and shout y'all stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah. Where I can find you.
You know, the Rha Rha Radio Show. You can find me on Facebook, Rha Rha, RHA.
And I'm your girl Super One. You can find me on Facebook at Melissa Davis. That's Super One. And you also find me on YouTube at Super One Superstar.
Super One Superstar on YouTube. Yeah, look that up. And then you can find me on YouTube also at Rha Rha Entertainment. RHA, all caps. Entertainment, all lower caps. Check us out and your boy the Lions Club.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All love,
Much
man.
love.
I do.
All love.
Yeah.
We out.
All right, y'all.